Hello friends, welcome you all once again in lecture series Machining Science and Machine Tool. I am Amit Tiwari, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Suresh Kianviar University, Jaipur. Today is the 14th lecture and the unit 2 is covered today. Topic is Mechanics of Turning Process. So let's start. The objective of the lecture is to study about mechanics of turning and milling process for metal cutting with specific energy consumption. So today we're discussing about some turning and the milling processes where to use for the metal cutting and how we can save the specific energy consumption and what the formula we obtain. For by this we will be reduce the some energy consumption with the better finishing we will be find out with the help of the turning and the milling processes. Objective of the lecture, that is after the end of the lecture the outcomes will be covered, that is the student will be able to understand about how to control energy consumption and operation perform in milling machine. So at the end of the lecture the students are learning, or we can say understand the fully processing about the control energy consumption, how to what type of technique we adopted by this energy will be consumed, or we will operate the machining metal cutting process in the milling process. So how the milling machine will operate in a what are the criteria to cut the material in the machine milling machine. So these all are the some standards we will discussing in the total lecture that student will be able to understand properly at the end of the lecture. So now starting, that is milling with variable uncut chip thickness. Milling with variable uncut chip thickness, that means indicate lines. First of all, we're discussing about the meaning of the line, and after it, we'll discussing about the some description of that particular topic. So the machining with variable uncut chip thickness. So basically, the objective is that to find out the chip thickness. What are the chip thickness during the some when the variables affected on the machining process. So during the machining process, what type of variables we selected for to uncut chip thickness are obtained. So with the type of they are the most machining processes are such as we know that milling process, grinding process, gear cutting process, etc. So we saw that in most machining process such as the milling, grinding, gear cutting, etc. These all are the machining process are used for the metal cutting. And during the metal cutting, we know that the formation of material in the form of the chip are produced. And the chip thickness or chip thinness are depending upon the depth of cut and the compression ratio obtained during the machining. So the chip thickness varies during cutting. We saw that there are the various the duration of the chip cutting. And there's no, we do not say that the standard parameter of formation of the chip. That's because we don't that the if thickness is more, that is the depth of cut will increase and the compression stress increase. So during the increasing the depth of cut, we just keep in mind that if you increasing the depth of cut, it that rapidly increasing the chip with the heavy thickness. So this chipness is to understand how to cut the chip thickness, maybe change from the maximum to zero to maximum. The values varies from the 0 to maximum, maximum to 0, it depending upon the condition, depending upon the situation or what type of parameter we are selected for joining the, we can say, or we can say the cut the metal cutting with respective to the variables, or they are the three variables. Generally, we know that the three variables are that in machining process, that is the cutting speed, feed rate, and depth of cut. So what parameter are affected on that particular workpiece is depending on the application or depending on what we want to cut. So at a time there's a vibration or chatter of machine tools are lead to chip thickness variation. So it is the vibration is also responsible to increasing or decreasing the thickness of the chip. Because we know that during the vibration, what happen when you are doing a machining, and machining, if the foundation are not strong, then the too much vibration are created. And when the vibration is created, it may be possible that some disturbance are occur on the tool surface. And with respect to the tool surface, if facing any type of problem or any some vibrations are occur because the tool holder and the nut are not fixed properly, then it disturbing the tool or it may be chances that during the vibration the tool cut the material not properly and it will remove the surface unwanted area, or the dimension will be become a mismatch. So with respect to that, we aware the all the terms during the maturing process. At the end of this, we can say that the second unit, today is the last day of the second unit. So at the end of the machining, we can say that the machining tool, or we can understand the basic fundamentals. You must be aware during the machining process. Because vibration is too much, that is very we can say that the variations are coming on the surface of a tool, and with respect to the metal cutting are not properly held on. So with the there's the chip thickness, variations are also shown by the vibrations, or we can say that some chatters of the machine tools also lead to chip thickness. So chip thickness is an agenda to increasing or decreasing depending upon some various factors. Sometimes the cutting parameter are responsible, and sometimes when the vibration or any other type of problems are created, these are the responsible. It depending on the situation, it depending on the condition, what condition we have. Suppose everything is fine, but if you give the maximum amount of depth of cut and the spindle speed are on the moderate form, moderate are running in the moderate RPM, at the time the more forces act on the tool surface and to the cutting tool, as well as the machine which what operation will perform on that workpiece. So this type of tools, or we can say that the machining process during the, you must be keep in mind that all the factors are responsible to we can say that the destroying or make a good surface finishing. With the help of this, I hope you understand that is what the meaning of the machining with the variable uncut chip thickness. The following points are considered, that is the workpiece with positive surface slope. The condition, the first condition, that is the two cases are here. The first case, that is a workpiece with positive surface slope. The uncut chip thickness varies from the maximum to 0. So the workpiece with positive surface slope, that means if everything is fine and the rack angle will be positive and angle will love, and easily we smoothly are working with the high spindle speed and with the minimum moderate amount of the adaptive cut and bit rate, and it may be possible that everything is well fine. But the uncut chip thickness vary from the maximum to 0. The uncut chip thickness, that means the metal removal process, because the original cross section area of the workpiece is the uncut chip thickness. That is the original cross section area of the workpiece. After removing the metal from the workpiece and formation of the chip, you can find out the cut chip thickness. So you must be find out the comparison between the uncut chip and the cut chipness. So you can find out the cut chip thickness ratio. So the TC upon T, that is, you can find out the uncut chip divided by chip thickness, and by this you will get the chip thickness ratio, that is R. So when the R is minimum, that is, we can say that it will be increasing the continuous formation of chip, which will be required for that machining. Hopefully, I hope you understand what I'm going to say. That is the overall conclusion of this slide. That is, we can say that during the machining, they are the variables affected for the uncut chip thickness. They are the several machines, so where to operating for the metal cutting, that is the milling, grinding, lathe, and grade cutting, etc. So in which their chip thickness are responsible to deform or deformation the maximum amount of metal which is not form as a good quality, because during the vibration, if the radio machining, if the vibration is occur in very high amount, high frequency occur, then it will be definitely damage, or we can not properly make the product as a good finishing, because due to vibration the tools are vibrating continuously and they will destroy the workpiece and also the dangerous form of cutting the material from the machining. So just keep in mind that the workpiece with positive surface slope is also a requirement for the good machining. Positive surface slope, that means the positive rack angle. If you have the rack angle positive and the larger the rack angle, definitely it will be helpful to understand the good surface finishing, if you get the good finishing occur on the surface of workpiece. So these are the following factors which is responsible for the formation of the uncut chip thickness, and that when after the compare you will be easily compared that the uncut chip thickness and cut chip thickness, and you can find out divided by the ratio uncut chip thickness to cut chip thickness, you can find out the chip thickness ratio by this R. Now see this diagram, that is a variable uncut chip thickness. The variables are here. That is that is a positive slope, second is the negative slope. So there are the two type of slopes are for the variable which we are uncut chip thickness are essential. Now discussing about the first, that is the positive slope. Positive slope in which what they do, basically you can see here this is a workpiece here, and the bottom this is a workpiece. This is a tool that is striking on the surface of a workpiece to remove the material and the formation of chip. You can see these are the formation of chip here. And chip thickness you can find out that is the section for the, we can say that V is the weld cutting velocity. V is the cutting velocity, del is the deflection, del C is the deflection of cut chip, phi is the shear plane angle, alpha is the rake angle. And you assume that and you find that this chipness is very thin. There is not larger distance between the chip thickness, not more than chip thickness. So what we do basically, we do just to understand the basic fundamentals of formation of the chip thickness is depending upon the cutting parameters, because the cutting parameter mostly affected the depth of cut. If you increasing the too much amount of depth of cut, that is it will responsible to increase the chip thickness, and if the chip thickness is increasing, the wastage of the material or number of material will be wastage. And also the removing the material during with the help of tool will be damaged. A tool will, we can say that remove the sharpness to reduce the sharpness, because if you can if you press the tool on the workpiece at the heavy depth, then it means the tool cutting edge will be reduced, because at their cutting edge there the compressive force act on the cutting tool and on the surface between them interface, and at that time the cutting maybe chances that the cutting tool will reduce, or it may chances that the cutting edge will be break or damages are occur on the surface of the cutting tool. So these are some basic fundamental what we discussing today, that is how the chip thickness are occur. If you maintain the chip thickness, that is you can see in this diagram A that the chip thickness is very less as compared to diagram of B, that is chip thickness is too much, which is not required. This is a negative slope R of 10 during the machining, which is not required for our machining. So I hope you understand that is some variables uncut chip thickness, variables that means the cutting speed, depth of cut and feed rate. Which parameter, if you increasing the spindle speed and feed rate and slow the, and we can mark the very less amount of depth of cut, then it will produce the positive slope, that is the lesser the chip thickness. It means the material will be formed as a good much quality or easily removed. There is no damaging of the workpiece surface, or as we can say the tool surface, tool cutting edge. And the rake angle also we obtain as a positive. So we require that the rake angle will be positive, but what the condition? The condition is that you maintain the cutting parameters to obtain this best results. So during the machining time, we just keep in mind that most of the cutting parameters are responsible, that is depth of cut is the most one of the parameters responsible to increase the chip thickness, and which is the, we can say that the unwanted requirement. We do not want this type of requirement, because during the machining time it will not help. So it just obtained, that is in the diagram B. You can see here these are also the phi, that is the shear plane angle, alpha is a rake angle, there is a deflection. Okay, so there is no requirement of this too much amount of chip formation. This is the total the waste of the product or wasting of the energy. This is will you will increase the energy consumption, but rather than to decreasing the energy consumption. Your objective is to increasing the better quality with the minimum investment upon a minimum power consumption. But at this cat, in the case of B, there is more energy consumption. We can say that more energy will produce and supply during the metal cutting because of too much depth the increasing with the profit increasing. So this all are the surface. We can say the positive slope angle, negative slope angle are decided to show that the material are removed at the appropriate form, or we can say they maintain the quality of the workpiece, or we can say the energy saving also. So there are some fundamentals we approach we used, or we can say that the cutting velocity, if you are increasing and depth of cut are decreasing, and some amount of the feed rate will be increased, that it will help to understand the better finishing of time. It is sometimes it not happen because sometimes what happens, sometimes we reduce the quality of the workpiece by increasing the depth of cut, by increasing the feed rate. It will reduce the surface. But if you are increasing the quality of the workpiece with the appropriate parameter, you just are aware that what kind of cutting parameter you will select it for the good quality of workpiece, which is more important. So this diagram which showed that if you are selecting the appropriate parameter for the metal cutting, so the positive the slope will be, and negative the slope will be when you are doing the uncut, or we are selecting the randomly parameter for the metal cutting, which is maybe dangerous sometimes to reduce the quality of the machining. Second, that is point is the work piece with negative surface slope. The thickness of uncut chip vary from 0 to maximum. The condition are obtained in the second case, that is the workpiece with a negative surface slope. You can see in this diagram, this is a negative surface slope are obtained. Why? Because the thickness of uncut chip vary from the 0 to maximum. Here you can see 0 to maximum. And following relationship may be used to find the shear plane angle phi. So when you find a shear plane angle phi in case of variable or unsteady chip thickness cutting, the intrinsic shear plane angle are dedicated by the phi is equal to phi 0 plus c del, where phi 0 is equal to shear plane angle when slope of workpiece is 0, when the condition is del is 0, deflection is 0. And del is the slope of workpiece surface ahead of the tool edge, and c is equal to constant. Where we can set it vary from the different condition. Sometimes the c is equal to value is 0.50 merchant. Second, it is c is equal to 1.00, so and Sangoni equation, where the condition is obtained in the c is equal to 0.75 valence and Andrel, where c is equal to 0.20 Oxlage, and the last it when c is equal to 1.00 Kobayashi and Shabai. So these are some constant which we are considered during the when you find out the shear plane angle on the instantly on the weekend in the case of negative slope surface. The formula is phi is equal to phi 0 plus CV. Del. So at a time the C will be vary as per a different condition. Generally we use for the merchant, that is C is equal to 0.50 value for the merchant. In most cases the C can be taken to unity. In most cases C can be taken to unity from so many values of C by various authors. So they are the various we can say data authors are here to obtain the C value as per their application, as per their calculation. So it can be suggest that it is not a constant. It may be function of alpha, del, and phi 0. So maybe chances that sometime it will basically it not C is equal to constant. it has some value, it depending upon the function of alpha, del, and phi value. It's vary from the conditions. It vary from the author's which author you prefer for the obtain the phi value. So totally depending upon the such type of parameters, which will depending on the phi value. After that you will be find out the shear plane angle phi. Second, that is mechanics of turning process. Mechanics of turning process. So what are the mechanics? That is a turning tool has complex geometry with the following important angles, which are the affect the chip flow direction. Yes, the chip, we can say that the turning tool has complex geometry with the following important angle which affect the chip flow direction are: first is the rack angle, second back rack angle, third side rack angle, fourth side cutting edge angle, fifth cutting end cutting edge angle, and sixth is notch radius. So these are the six, we can say that the angles are responsible to affect the chip flow direction. If first of all, in which the rack angle we will be mentioned as a positive. If the rack angle will positive and we can say larger the rack angle, it will affect the good quality of the product. It will produce the minimum thickness of chip. It will required for the good machining, the maximum rack angle, positive rack angle. But the other type of the angle are responsible for each and every conditions that occur at the what we want to suggest for a chip thickness knowing direction. So the chip flow direction become complex due to the presence of the noise radius and for mathematically analysis. The presence of noise radius is neglected. So at the end we can say that the chip thickness flow or the chip flow direction become the complex due to the presence of the noise radius and for the mathematical analysis. The presence of the noise radius is neglected, and the top view of the turning tool as shown in figure. Just we can say that turning figure that is like this. Chip flow direction in turning. When you are doing a turning operation, the chip flow direction like this. It is a simple diagram. It's just not a complicated diagram. You just keep in mind that this is a tool. You can see this is a tool, right hand side of tool. This is the feed rate like this. This is the feed rate from the direction of the metal cutting. D is the formation of the chip, where the P and B is the PSB is the angle where the cutting edge are inclining on the surface. This is a cutting edge to remove the material from the surface of workpiece. A maximum amount of the cutting forces, or because the compressive forces, act on that area, and it will be reduce the quality of sharpening quality of the tool. Because when you are increasing the splinter speed and increasing depth of cut width respectively, then it definitely will maybe chances that the cutting edge of the tool will be damaged or it will some cracks are open on the surface of. So the chip flow direction, you can see the flow chip direction is like on this direction, and just find out the what parameter is affected or most responsible for this direction. What parameter during the metal cutting? So during the metal cutting, we must be aware that is some geometry are responsible. If you understand the proper geometry, if you understand the what parameter are increasing or what decreasing with respect to increasing the chip thickness or decreasing the chip thickness, it will easy to understand to maintain the quality of the work. So we make a product sufficient with good quality. So for maintain the good quality, you just maintain the good parameter, cutting speed, depth of cut, and feed rate, which is highly responsible for the chip formation. So in this diagram, basically just we show that is not only chip parameter, but most of the time the chip are formation on the depth of cut increasing. So the what parameter you will increasing and what parameter you will study for find out the chip thickness ratio, or we can say that the other fact variables are also responsible, such as the vibrations, controlling the temperature, and there are different type of operations are variables are affected during the metal cutting process. So you just keep in mind what parameter you want to select it for that to responsible for the metal cutting. That is most of the time chip thickness is occur. So I hope you understand the chip flow direction in the turning. So the forces in turning, you can see in the diagram. This is a machining process, and this is a single point cutting tool, and this is a workpiece. This is the we can say this is the original diameter of the workpiece, and this is the final finishing diameter of the workpiece we obtained by for the machining process. This is the actual original workpiece, and this is the final workpiece diameter after the machining process. We will obtain like this section, where the some we can say some forces act on this direction, and the some forces acting on the t direction, y direction, and some forces are acting on the x direction, x, y, z. So the formation of chip like this is the formation of chip, and the chip formation is a very less thickness because I think if we produce the supply the less amount of depth of cut, then it will be obtained like this. It is simple, just to maybe understand basically when doing the machining, this fitted you are possibly fitted like this. The metal removal process are occur and the formation of the chip are occur. But our agenda is to find out the chip thickness. That is, chip thickness will occur when the cutting parameter are selected in appropriate form and standard parameter selected for that, and not a randomly rather than. So good machining process is responsible of maintain the good quality of cutting parameter, the filter, display, depth of cut. For the three type of axes are here. There's a FA that is represented by X, and FD divided by Y, and the Z is represented by the FR. So these are the sometimes we can say that most of the organ we can produce with the help of the good machining process. So here they where the we can say that some nomenclatures are here. Ft is equal to tangential force component in Newton. Ft is equal to tangential force component in Newton. V is equal to cutting velocity meter per minute. The cutting forces component can be expressed by the following equation. The Ft is equal to R1 F and D in Newton. Fa is equal to R2 F M2 and D M2 in Newton. Fi is equal to R3 F M3 D N3 in Newton, where the F is equal to feet in, D is equal to depth of cut, and R1, R2, and R3 in the material coefficient. M1, M2, and N3, and N1, N2, and N3 are the exponent of the variables of cutting. So this equation, this nomenclatures you must keep in mind to maintain or to calculate the following formula. We will be discussing the letters. So there are some coefficients and exponents of the turning forces are as follows. Coefficient and exponents of the turning forces. The forces are acted on that particular material. The material that is hit, material I mentioned, that is 0.2% of carbon steel. It is a 0.2% of the carbon steel, and the coefficient are R1, R2, and R3, and the exponents are M1, M2, M3, N1, N2, and N3. So you guys compare the three material, that is first is 0.2% carbon steel, second brass, and third is the 18 stainless steel. And you can find the coefficient of the each and every components or exponents. So every material have a different we can set a coefficient and exponents, and you can find out which component is more heavy, that is an 18 stainless steel, that is if we case in the case of R1, that is we increasing the 1930, like 1930. And you can find out the whole value, that is in the case of coefficient, the stainless steel are the very high value. But in case we decided that some cases are increasing the too much, not to be considered that the components M1, M2, and M3 are very lesser than the M2 and M2, 3 are lesser than the brass metal, or increasing than the 0.2% carbon steel. So these obtained values from the turning forces, we can find out the three material that increasing the quality of the surface. Now the second part, it is a specific energy. A specific energy, that is indicated by the PS. PS, that is specific energy, power consumption, that is equal to Ft divided by F dot D. The metal removal rate ZW is equal to F dot D into V into 1000 divided by 60 mm cube per second, where F is a feet in mm, depth of cut in mm, and the cutting speed is meter per minute, where we obtain the formula for the power consumption is P is equal to Ft into V divided by 60 in watt. P is equal to Ft into V divided by 60 watt, where PS is equal to Ft divided by 1000 into F into D. Ft divided by 1000 into F into D, where F into D is the filter and depth of cut. In the formula that we obtain for the power consumption, that is the K kilowatt per centimeter cube per second. The formula obtained for the specific energy. So if you want to make a specific energy or to save the energy from the metal cutting, so you find out the feed rate, depth of cut, and cutting speed in the appropriate form, and the what percentage we are using for the selecting of a metal removal rate. So PS is equal to Ft divided by F into D. Or we can say that if you reduce the power consumption, so you must be first of all select the variables of cutting material, cutting parameter, which is used as an appropriate one. Because if you are cutting parameter is not selecting as a with a standard deviation with respective to the metal cutting, then it will be obviously power consumption is too high. We just want to save the power. We do not want to spend the too much power, because we require the metal removal rate with the minimum investment of minimum power consumption. So with the power consumption, with the investment of good machinability, if you want to product, if the number of product are and you will operate the machining for the 24 hours, then you just need the how to save the machine, how to save the party, how to save the machining operation from that. So it will responsible for you to obtain the PS is equal to power, we can power saving, or we can say the specific energy that is indicated by the PS. And now the formula will be obtained for the Ft divided by 1000 into F into D. That is, it will calculate by this tangential pole divided by the 1000 into the feet into depth of cut, and you will find the formula of the PS is equal to this one, which will help you to identify the formation of, we can say that the how much amount of energy we obtain or the power consumption for that metal removal rate. So sometimes it will happen like this. It is a natural process. It is a common process that we how we can prevent the energy, how we can save the energy by the minimum investment of cost, or we can say the how the we can say the fast production we have. So we will select by this. It will help you to understand all these parameters. I hope you understand what I'm going to say in the case of specific energy. The objective that is to save the energy, and maximum amount of metal will remove with the minimum investment of cost with the minimum power consumption. For that, we will control the variables that define cutting speed and depth of cut. After that, it will be observed that before we are selecting the standard format, and after selecting the format, you compare together, and you can find definitely there is some energy saving in the specific energy form. So it will help you to understand such type of problems. It will reduce easily. It will not take too much time to understand. It's easy to understand because we know that what the cutting parameter effect on the chip thickness ratio. So by the way, you will be understanding, and you have to doing the practical, doing the work, some numerical related to it, you will be understand more. Now that is the mechanics of the milling process. Turning is over and the milling is starting. That is slab milling and end milling process are the most versatile milling processes for the production flat and the formed surface. Slab milling and end milling processes are the most versatile milling process for the producing flat and formed surfaces. The cutter can move in both direction and the processes are called up milling and down milling. And the average chip thickness is higher in down milling as compared to up milling. The power consumption is less in down milling. So there are two type of milling operation. That is the up milling, we can say, or the down milling. Up milling, that is the cutting of the workpiece like this in the direction of this. In upper section, you can cut the direction like that. And the lower milling, you can remove the metal from the upper to the lower, downward direction. And here the metal will cut the lower to upper direction. These are the called some the down filling and the up filling machine. Depending upon the direction of movement of the tool. If the tool is moving upward direction, that we can set upward milling. If we can moving this, we can set the tool is moving in the downward direction. It will say that the downward milling. And the power consumption is definitely we have. So it's easy to understand. It's not too much busy task or we can difficult task to understand. Just keep in mind that there are the two type of the milling operation. First is upward milling, where to cut the direction for cutting is the lower to upper direction, and second one is downward direction, the upper to lower direction, the metal removal we are for. So with this, I'm just explain the how the power consumption operate in the case of we can observe that in the case of downward milling, most of the cases we found that lower down milling condition have a maximum power consumption, less power consumption, because it do not take the too much amount of forces to remove the material as compared to the upward milling process. Because in upward milling process, we apply the more compressive force to remove the material. It will difficult to cut the material rather than to cut the down milling process. It will help you understand or easily to understand this type of problems. Second is a chip thickness in slab milling. Two position of milling cutter are shown as C and C dash. You can see in the diagram. Chip thickness in slab milling as a milling operation basically. The two position of milling cutter are shown as C and C dash. You can see these are the C portion section, and this is the C dash section after that second section. During a distance travel equal to feet per tooth FT, where the distance travel is equal to feet per tooth, that is FT from C to C dash. And the cut chip thickness, that is a T is equal to FT sine theta. FT sine theta because in this portion the FT is the obtained thickness, that is the T is equal to FT sine theta, that is tangential force. Theta is equal to angle of radiation with the vertical. Alpha is the angle of cutter with the workpiece. So you can keep in mind that is phi is equal to theta is equal to angle of the radius with the vertical, and alpha is equal to contact angle for the cutter wheel workpiece. So in the cube diagram, that is the C section are here, initial position, the final position that is covered in the after the fitted to the move the surface, that is the C to C dash, and the angle between angle are inclining on the surface of the C, that is alpha, and in the case of C dash it is alpha theta. You can see inside. So it was a difficult diagram to understand the procedure of chip thickness in the milling machine. It's easy. But what conditions you will obtain in the milling machine to find the more number of thickness? We must find the chip thickness ratio. We find that the chip will be thickness, not much more high. If the chip thickness is high, then the obviously damaging of the tool is the most important factor to damage the surface quality or remove the surface of the tool as well. To save and to obtain a good quality or to predict from the damage or to predict from the we can say reduce the quality, it will maintain the variable related to the workpiece cutting. So when the workpiece is too much high, it will increasing the rate, it will increasing the surface quality. So we're reducing the surface roughness, it will increasing the surface finishing also. So now at the end of this lecture, I'm just asking you some multiple choice question related to the this milling machine processes, and if that we will understand how you can learn and how what you learn from this lecture. The first question is obtained, that is why metal removal process is costly. The option is why metal removal process is costly. The option says A is more energy is required. B, some of the material is wasted. C, both more energy is required and some of the material is wasted. And D is equal to none of them. So why we can say that the metal removal process are cost? Because the both more energy is required and some of the material is wasted, because during the metal cutting we require the more energy and some of the material is wasted. So these are the reason why we can say that the metal removal process is costly. So that's why the it will sometime it will be more costly depending upon the condition or depending upon the what applications you have and how the larger the part. If you the smaller the part will take the less time, but if the larger the part, it will take that too much time, and also the wastage of material are also formed in the case of the metal cutting. So that's why we can say that the metal removal process is costly. Second question, that is in which machining process removed metal is negligible? The condition is there. In which machining process remove material is negligible? Surface, that is we can say that the first option is A, surface finishing. B, metal removal. C, none of the above. And D is equal to both surface finish and metal removal. The correct answer is A, surface finishing. So surface finishing, in which we can say that the metal process, machining process, remove the metal in negligible. That is the surface finishing factor is responsible for that. To negligible the surface finishing. Other factors are responsible for that to remove the material from the surface of the workpiece, but in the case of surface finishing, it negligible. Third question is which of the following process is not grouped under metal removal process? The option is A, boring, B, milling, C, tumbling, fourth, rolling. So correct answer for this C, tumbling. We can say that it is not a group under the metal removal process, because boring we know that, milling we know that, and rolling we know that, but in the tumbling is the extra component which is not a part of which is not a group of the under metal removal processes. Fourth question, that is in which of the following machine does not work piece reciprocate while the cutting tool may remain stationary during the cutting? The options are milling machine, B, lathe machine, C, shaper machine, and D, planer. So the correct answer of this question is planer, D. That is D option is correct. For to find out the reciprocating while the cutting remain stationary during cutting the planer. Fifth question, the operating to be used, the operation to be used for obtaining a smooth and close tolerance hole is, options are A, countersinking, B, reaming, C, boring, and D, drilling. So the correct answer of the question is B, that is reaming. Sixth is during the milling the cutter usually move? The options is A, perpendicular to its axis, B, parallel to its axis, C, inclined to its surface axis, or D is equal to angle of above. The correct answer of this is A, that is perpendicular to its axis. So during the milling, the cutter usually move the perpendicular to its axis. Seventh is the speed at which the piece advances through the cutter is called. Option is A, cutting speed, B, feed rate, C, depth of cut, D, none of the above. And the correct answer of this, that is B, is equal to feed rate. So the speed at which the piece advances through the cutter is called as feed rate. Eighth question is, in dash, the cutting action occur primarily at the end corner of the milling cutter. Option is A, face milling, B, perpendicular milling, C, both A and B, and D, none of the above. The correct answer is A, that is face milling. In face milling, the cutting action occur primarily at the end courses of the milling cutter. Ninth question is second last, that is in the vertical mill, a milling cutter are held in dash and dash. That is option is A, spindle rotates on its axis, B, spindle reciprocates, C, arbor rotate on its axis, and D, arbor reciprocates. So the correct answer of this, that is A, the spindle rotates on its axis. And 10th, that is the last question. The following is are the types of vertical milling. The option is A, bed mill, B, turnet mill, C, both A and B, and D is none of the above. So the correct answer of this, that is the D, is the correct answer. That is none of the above are the type of the vertical milling. So at the end of this lecture, I am just prefer some books or recommend to books for understanding the metal machining process to find out the numerical to cut the chipness or any metal removal rate you can find out, or how to save the power consumption. You will just all calculate by preferring this book. You can doing the formula or numerical. The book's name is a Modern Machine Process, authored by P.C. Pandey and H. Shah, from the publisher Tata McGraw Publisher. Second, machine tool design by N.K. Mehta, Tata McGraw Publisher, also most commonly used for the machine tool designing of metal multi-point cutting tools, a single point tool like this. Third is the production engineering sciences, that is written by P.C. Pandey and C.K. Singh from the Standard Publication. Fourth, it is the manufacturing technology by R.K. Rajput from the Lakshmi Publication. And fifth is manufacturing technology by P. N. Rao from Tata McGraw Publication. So with this at the end of the unit 2, today is the end of the unit 2. Now in the next lecture we will start the unit 3, that is the lecture 15. I hope you enjoyed today's lecture. If you have any doubt, any query, you will be drop me an mail on my email ID, that is amit.tiwari@mygyanvia.com, and you will be ask me some questions, or we can say that you will be contact me on my email ID, as well as to contact me on a mobile number 8690319448. Thank you so much for listening patiently. I hope you enjoy this video. Thank you so much.